The Tale of the Girl and the Whispering Woods. Gather around, everyone, and let me tell you a tale that has been whispered through these woods for generations. It's a story of mystery, fear, and the unknown. It all began many years ago in a small village nestled at the edge of these very woods. In that village lived a young girl named Eliza. Eliza was known for her adventurous spirit and her love for exploring the forest. Despite the warnings from the elders about the dangers lurking in the woods after dark, Eliza couldn't resist the call of the wild. And so, one fateful evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Eliza ventured deeper into the forest than she had ever done before. As she wandered, she stumbled upon an old, abandoned cabin. The cabin was covered in ivy, and its windows were dark and empty. However, curiosity got the better of her, and she decided to take a closer look. As she approached, she noticed strange symbols carved into the wooden door. Ignoring the uneasy feeling in her gut, she pushed the door open and stepped inside. The air inside the cabin was cold and damp, and the floorboards creaked under her feet. As she explored the dimly lit rooms, she found an old, dusty journal lying on the table. Even though her spirit kept telling her not to, she opened it and began to read it. The journal belonged to a man named Thomas, who had lived in the cabin many years ago. Thomas wrote about hearing whispers in the woods at night, voices that called out to him, luring him deeper into the forest. Eliza felt a chill run down her spine as she read the final entry in the journal. Thomas had written about a night when the whispers grew louder and more insistent. He described how he followed the voices to a clearing in the woods where he saw shadowy figures dancing around a fire. The last words in the journal were a desperate plea for help, and then the writing abruptly stopped. Suddenly, Eliza heard a faint whisper behind her. She turned around, but there was nobody there. The whispers grew louder, echoing throughout the cabin. Fear gripped her heart as she realized she was not alone. She ran out of the cabin into the dark forest, the whispers following her every step. As she stumbled through the woods in despair, she saw the same clearing Thomas had described. In the center of the clearing was a fire, and around it danced shadowy figures. Eliza's heart pounded in her chest as she watched the figures move in eerie, unnatural ways. She tried to scream, but no sound ever came out. The figures turned towards her, their eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. They began to chant in a language she couldn't possibly understand. Eliza felt herself being drawn towards the fire, unable to resist the pull of the whispers. Just as she reached the edge of the clearing, she felt a hand grab her shoulder. She turned only to see an old man, his face lined with age and wisdom. The man whispered, "You must leave this place, child. The spirits of the forest are not to be trifled with." Eliza nodded, her fear giving way to a desperate need to escape. The old man led her back to the village, the whispers fading into the night. Eliza never spoke of what she saw that night, but she never ventured into the woods again. The villagers say that the old man was a guardian of the forest, protecting those who dared to enter from the spirits that dwelled within. And to this day, if you listen closely, you can still hear the whispers in the woods, calling out to those who dare to venture too far. So remember, as you sit by this campfire, the forest holds many secrets, and some secrets are best left undisturbed.